Naseby may have seen the destruction of the king's infantry, but the war still continued. Instead of large set-piece battles, the conflict became a process of mopping up individual royalist towns by the Parliamentarians. To achieve this, artillery was needed to pound the defenders into submission.
There were people who would fight for the king until their last drop of blood, and they were still out there. Now, certain of them would give up because a parliamentary force would arrive and surround the place, and the deal was that if you besieged a place, you surrounded it so nobody could go in or out. And then you send a messenger in and say, well, look, we've got you surrounded now. What are you going to do? You can't eat, you can't drink. I mean, you're going to run out. You've had it. Now you've got this going on all over the country in little patches.
By the mid-17th century, artillery had become an integral part of an army's armoury. When used in sieges against a static target, artillery could be devastating. The mortar, which fired an explosive bomb high over walls, being the most destructive. Roaring Meg was the largest mortar of the English Civil War. She was instrumental in the capture of Goodrich Castle by the Parliamentarians in 1646. Ian Henn, who has created an exact replica of this famous piece of 17th century artillery, showed me why she was such a powerful part of the Parliamentarian arsenal in this phase of the war. It's a beast, isn't it?
It is. It is a big weapon, yeah. It's a short cannon firing at 45 degrees, but this was sort of one of the biggest that was built of the period. It fired a 200 weight projectile filled with gunpowder, and it did its damage not by the impact, but actually when it blew up after it landed.
We're actually going to fire something out of it, aren't we? What are we going to fire?
We're going to fire one of these projectiles downrange and give you some sort of indication as what it actually did in real life.
And how far roughly are we expecting this to go?
It'll go about 100 yards.
And do I need to do this?
You need to do this, or you need to put your hands in front of your ear.
Okay.
And to protect your ears, because it will be a bit of a bang, this one.
It's very exciting.
The gun is now loaded, primed and ready to fire.
So literally we are now ready to go.
It's ready to go. We'll touch it off now and see what happens.
Bring it on, Ian, bring it on. Let's fire it. That was amazing. Look at that. Should we go and see where it went?
Yeah, let's go and see if we can find it.
Do you think we'll find it?
I think we'll find it this time.
I can't believe how far that went up. Oh, Ian, that was amazing.
Well, that's where it landed.
No. Look how it's gone into the ground.
You can see the angle it's landed.
And then it's bounced out.
It's bounced out.
There it is.
And there it's bounced too.
Look at that. I mean, that was quite a way, but I mean, you can go further than that.
Yeah, we reduced the charge on that, but you could at least double the range on a full charge.
It's amazing to know what they were, even back then, in that time, they were doing this. I mean, they're pretty ahead of their time, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, it was pretty horrendous if you've got that coming at you. Yeah. And that may well have had, anything up to 6 pounds of gunpowder inside it. So it was going to be quite a big bang after it landed.
After firing the dummy mortar round, Ian and his crew set up a simulated charge so he could see what damage a bomb inflicted once it went off. That did some serious damage, that did, didn't it?
It's taken these two men right out.
I think I got a little bit on my head. Oh, look at the size of the hole.
That is impressive, isn't it?
Yeah. God, it's quite deep, isn't it? Look at all the debris around it.
You wouldn't want to be anywhere near that when it went off, would
Well,
you?
not at all. I mean, this guy completely, absolutely mullered. Well, probably wouldn't be parts left of him, really, would there?
No, it would have taken him apart.
Yeah, there would be literally bits of him.
And this one is not very much better.
I mean, it is massive destruction, isn't it? I mean, as soon as it lands, it's not the firing through. It's when it goes off, you can see why armies that used it would have turned the siege into their favour, wouldn't it?
It would have done, and you can imagine it landing in a castle. There was bits of sharp stone flying everywhere, and when it blew up, it could quite easily take a tower down, breach the wall, and traditionally, once the wall was breached, the siege was over.
Yeah, not a chance.
No, horrendous.